Welcome to another episode of Astro Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Okay, today we got a 2003 Mazda Tribute ES. This vehicle has many codes, no power whatsoever. We're going to be diagnosing code P0430, P0161, P0316, P0304, and P0305. Cylinder misfire, catalytic efficiency. So this video is going to be broken up into a few sections, two sections. Section 1, we're going to do the tune-up and the coils, and section 2, we're going to do the cat. All right, the first thing we're going to do is replace the catalytic converter. To explain this, now you got to understand how this code works before you diagnose the car. Okay, set this down. You got your catalytic converter, then you got an O2 sensor in the front and an O2 sensor in the back of the cat. The first O2 sensor checks hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide. The catalytic converter job is to burn it up, and then the second O2, his job is to check the hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide again to make sure that it's a lower level. If both of these O2s read the exact same thing, that means the cat's not doing its job. Today, we got the prodigal son working with us. We got Antoine from his long hiatus of disappearing on us.
Hey,
we got Antoine's going to help us with this job. Well, this is a big job, so from now on, Antoine's going to be with us. This is the new generation of Astro Auto Repairs. Okay, we're going to get right to it. We're going to set this vehicle up. Matter of fact, you know, let's do this. Let's change this differently. First, what we're going to do is we're going to do the tune-up. Instead of doing the cat, we're going to do the tune-up and pull this intake off and show you how to do this step by step. All right, we'll be back. We're going to set this vehicle up, set the camera up. Check you later. Okay, this car has what they call COP, coils on plugs. 3 right here, then there's 3 on the other side. Now, but to get to the 3 on the other side, you got to remove this plenum. Now, a good way of doing this is you start, if you go by my other videos, start on one corner and start working your way around anything that's connected to the intake or the part you're taking off. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to pull off this hose right here. Then we're going to disconnect this, disconnect the accelerator cable and the cruise control cable. I'm going to go around, we're going to unplug that. Disconnect the hoses, 3 hoses right there. Now it's EGR control solenoid right here. We're going to leave it mounted up there, leave it mounted to the intake, and that's what we're going to do is unplug it, the electrical connector right there, and then the vacuum line right there. And then for the EGR valve, as you can see, if we can get a wrench on this back part, I'm gonna get a wrench and just leave the valve itself connected. Or what I might do is loosen that up, then unbolt it, and then just take the EGR valve out. All right, let's get this camera set up, and we'll go right to it. Be right back. Okay, let's set this up right here. All right, you got that side, I got this side. What we'll do is let's I'll pop the cables off, the accelerator cable and the cruise control, unbolt it from the intake here and here, swing this out of the way. You unhook everything from the throttle body. You might want to take the air cleaner out to get it out of the way. And we'll disconnect 3 hoses, 6 5/16 or 8mm bolts. And we should pull this intake out of here. All right, gotcha. Let's see. on the cruise control cable. To disconnect this cruise control cable, this just pulls forward and right off. So don't try to yank it off and break it. And for the accelerator cable, Antoine, do me a favor, hold that accelerator open. Hold it open, and the cable just slides right out of there. Then we're gonna untake the two bolts out, take this bolt out, and swing both cable assemblies to the side. And a good idea, what we're gonna do is put the bolts back in there. So in that way, we don't have any bolts lingering around and we don't know where they go. On Antoine's side, now what he just did was disconnect the idle air control valve. And just like I said before, he disconnected the EGR control valve. And what he's gonna do is, down below, is disconnect the vacuum lines on it. There we go. Swing that to the side, tuck it in somewhere, and that's the way. Now we got some electrical connectors over here. Let's try to zoom in on that. Yeah, right there. So what I'm gonna do is take a screwdriver and pop those out of there. Oh, thanks. While Antoine's over there mingling the ladies' AC.
You kind of sort of whipped me a little bit, but you know, you got trials and tribulations.
Got that off. Everything's going good. Next thing we're gonna do, okay, we're gonna get these lines off over here. 3 hoses. We're gonna take those off. And you know, it's a good idea if like maybe get a marker and you can mark like 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 2 dots here, like that. But see, I pretty much can see this one's all the way to the side. This one's gonna be in the middle, and then the big one is separate from both of them. So that one's gonna be over there. Now we're almost up to the EGR valve. We still gotta, let's get a hose right there. We'll pop that vacuum line off. Okay. That's going to come up with the intake. And take off the vacuum line from the EGR valve. Now for the EGR valve, this is the part we was talking about in the beginning of the video. I think what we're going to do is we might just unbolt it and just untake the 2 10mm bolts out and just push it over to the side. That should work. So let's get that done. And then we got 6 8mm bolts, or 5/16. 3 there and 3 down between the intake.
ratchet. I just didn't know where it got.
That ratchet's broken.
Yeah, I see.
And that's supposed to be a good Craftsman ratchet too. And watch out for that one, because this one.
I grab Granddaddy right here. And drop every cycle I stick on this thing. It's good to happen. Kangaroos. Lovely.
Yeah, because sometimes they do give you a hard time.
Yeah. So smooth.
You know what?
We forgot to plug up the air tank.
Why am I doing this? And I can just sit here, because you pretty much got this.
Oh, yeah. Take off the 8mm bolts next.
You want some air?
Yeah, that'll work. I mean, not really. Not too much noise. Take a couple seconds. So get my hand free, just in case the gasket comes off.
Because I doubt it if they got a gasket, new gasket. If they did.
Okay, gasket's still on.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, that came out perfect, as you can see. He unbolted the EGR valve, and the EGR swung right out of the way with no problem at all.
Don't have enough room to put the bolts back, so put those up.
Sometimes you can't put the bolts back, so just sit the bolts up someplace out of the way. Okay, next thing Antoine's going to do is he's going to take off the 6 bolts on the intake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, that one down there, and then 6. Now on the bolts that he's removing in the back, they're way down there. Either you're going to just loosen them up all the way and he's going to pull the intake up with leaving the bolts in there, or we're going to get a magnet and he's going to loosen them up all the way and just use the magnet to pull the bolts out of there. Matter of fact, what I'll go do while he's doing that, we're going to get him a magnet. Okay, this is a magnet. It's a very handy tool, about 10 bucks. This is a telescopic magnet. You can see what we can do. Extends out, so if you drop something in a very tight spot, hopefully it's metal, you can retrieve it.
where you
they stay with it, huh? Oh, that's cool. That's even better. These bolts stay with the intake, which is great, so we don't have to take them out all the way. So now we should be able to pick this plenum right up. More than likely, there's going to be something holding it in. Hopefully, it just comes up with no problem. But let's find out. You know, always something holding it in.
Recheck, make sure it's dangerous. These are the clampers to that wire right here, the main ones.
Right here? Oh, pick it up. Yeah, got a little clip over here. Okay.
What about the back of the B5?
Yeah, that's the. Let me go. Hold on, let me. Okay, we want to make sure nothing else is holding it down. We had a little connector right here, a little wire harness connector. We pulled that off. Okay.
Okay, so now she should be pretty much good to go.
Now remember, you see over here, what Antoine did was disconnect the evap. So remember that over there, that's all you do. Just squeeze the two together and it pulls right off.
Right.
Look at that.
Job easily done. Nothing broken, nothing lost. Simple.
Okay, just like I said, what we got to do is we got to do the spark plugs. As you can see, this is coil on plugs. So we got 3 coils in the back and 3 coils in the front. Now this car had a cylinder misfire 4 and 5. So we're going to locate which cylinder is 4 and which cylinder is 5. And we're going to make sure we put new coils on those cylinders. When you're doing a job like this, it's a good idea to, in the back 3 coils, replace all 3 coils. Just get them so you don't have to do that. The front ones are easy, you know, but the back ones are difficult. Alright, so let's get that and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now we have an ignition misfire on cylinders 4 and 5. Now on this vehicle, cylinder number 1 is on the right side of the engine. Now that's if you're standing on the back of the engine. So when they say the right side or left side, is as if you're standing on the back of the engine. So over here, as you can see, so that would be number 1. So what we're going to do is mark this. This is 1. This is number 3, because on this it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one's number 5. On the other side, Antoine's going to mark the coils 2, 4, and 6. How the heck did he actually write that backwards? You see that? That takes some skill right there. He actually wrote the 4 and the 6. That was, how did you, that was good. I like that.
That's what I appreciate it.
Man, like the man in the mirror. Okay. Alright, so we know number 4 and number 5 coils is no good. So now what you're going to do is, each of these coils has 8mm or 5/16 bolts. We're going to remove all the bolts, then take out all the coils, and we're going to replace 4 and 5. Now the problem is, if you look over here, the customer went online and bought all the parts. Well, Antoine's doing that. You know, we got an O2 sensor here. I'm not sure what's in here. I'm not sure what's in there. Took it out. Over here we have the new catalytic converter, which we're going to be doing on the next video. But I don't see the ignition coils. That could be an issue, right? So I gotta let the customer know, you know, there's no there's no ignition coils here. And last time we diagnosed this vehicle, we stated you needed 2 ignition coils along with the rest of these parts. So let's go over here, set you back up. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and we're gonna remove all the coils and then we're going to remove all the spark plugs. All right, be right back. Man, the plugs seem kind of tight.
Yeah.
Now, when you get plugs set deep down in there, sometimes the socket will not pick them up. So I invented this little tool right here. I got a long screwdriver and put a little hose on the 3/8 hose on the end of it. So that's how I do it. Just reach down in there and pull the plug right up. Okay, let me show you how this works. So you get the plug down in there. What we do is, see, pulls it right out. And got a little oil in it. Now when you see oil on this, more than likely the valve cover gasket is no good, because inside the valve cover gasket, inside the valve cover, there's little seals around here so oil don't drip down in there. Looks like they might be a little bit no good, but okay. What we're gonna do is install the new plugs. Customer got some NGK plugs, pretty good. Nice, and what we're gonna do is install the new plugs, and then we're gonna talk to the customer and tell them, you know, where's our coils? We need the coils. If the customer wants to get their own plugs at this point, we charge you an extra $25 because we have to come back because something is not of our fault. So make sure if you want us to change your parts, make sure you have all the parts there. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, we got all the spark plugs in and we're ready to put the coils down. Now the problem here is we told the customer they needed ignition coils, and what they got is ignition coil boots. We don't need the boots. We need ignition coils. And what's bad about this is one of the coils that's bad is on number 5 cylinder back here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the good coils from 2-4, well not number 4, 2 or 6, and we're going to put it back there so we can still put the plenum back on. We're going to clean, what we're going to do is end up cleaning all that off, wipe it off, and put the plenum back on. So let's see what the customer wants to do. And once they decide, and while we're doing that, Antoine's going to be over here. He got the intake.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a intake gasket.
What's inside here? What's that?
I have no idea what this is, but it's definitely not that gasket.
We're going to turn this intake over. And the plenum gasket has 6 O-rings, as you can see. So now we got to look around for the O-rings. Hopefully they're in that little package, because if not,
That's included in it.
You got to be kidding me. How many's in there? Oh, you got to be kidding me, man. This is old bull, man. This is that old bull right there, man. We tell the customer they take bath, they get 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not order your own parts. You come out cheaper, let us do it.
They get 1. Can you believe that? That's some old bull, man. People, if you order a plenum gasket, please don't go there and sit and get 1. You need 6, as you can see. So, you know, man. All right. We're going to talk to the customer and let them know what's going on. We might have to get the parts, have them sent down. So we'll be right back with what happened, what they customer say, you know. Stick with Fisher. All right. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay. Just finished speaking to the customer, and what we're going to do is they're going to call AutoZone or Advance and try to get the ignition coils and a plenum gasket. And if they can't, what we're going to do is call our favorite place called Fisher. In the meantime, what Antoine's doing is the ignition coils that are good. Now remember, we got cylinders 4 and 5 no good, so he's putting back 1, 3 on that side and 2 and 6 on this side. We're gonna put them in, bolt them up. We're gonna clean the lower intake. We're gonna clean the upper intake over here. We're gonna remove these gaskets, these little O-rings. Try to pop one out for you. They pop right out, and sometimes they have a lot of oil in them. What you want to do is get some carburetor cleaner or brake clean. Once you pop them all out, spray them up, get a little air dry it, or let it dry if you don't have a compressor. Let it dry out by itself. Stick the new ones in there. All right, once we get all that set up, we'll be right back and see what we're gonna do. Okay, we spoke to the customer. The customer's gonna get to go down there and pick up some new coils. Antoine already cleaned up, wiped off the intake. This is plastic. Don't try to use no really abrasive. Just a good clean rag. Wipe them off. And over here, got the intake. What he's going to do is take off the seals. And then you got a little carburetor cleaner over there. We're going to spray them up. Spray inside there. Take the air. And blow it up and clean it up. And if the customer's not back in the meantime, what we're going to do is you might end up start to take out that catalytic converter up here in the front, which looks like it's a pretty difficult job to get to. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, we got the AC compressor going. Antoine's going to clean the thing. There's our compressor. Okay, customer came back with the new coil. Let's see where the parts at. Make sure we got the right parts. Oh, what the? Okay. Yeah. And
another coil.
Another coil. Okay. And what's that in the box? That's the.
And these should be the intake gases.
Oh, see, now that's what I'm talking about. Not the whole set. Let me stick them back in there. All right, Antoine, what we're gonna do next, man? We're gonna.
Well, being that we are already at the truck, what I'm gonna do now is just put in the intake gaskets.
Okay. Do you supposed to put any kind of sealer on that or anything like that?
You're not supposed to.
Okay.
When you get them, that's what happens.
What makes them things stay in there? What? Like if you turn this over, why are they not gonna fall out?
They're supposed to have little notches, and they have a little seat that holds on to them.
Okay.
So, as you push them in, you should feel them snap and hold on.
Oh, that's gonna hold into place?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just make sure it sinks in. But if you have one that's worn out, you can get some glue that they make. Stick them onto the sides to hold on so they don't fall out.
It's funny how you said this, they have little studs on them. You know, for a felt part, that's really cheap. See, that's why I like Fisher parts, because see those you putting on, they don't have that little stud on them.
They don't.
Nah, you know.
See, but if you
and that holds it into place.
Yeah, it does. See, if you look closely, you look inside the intake, you can see little notches in the intake.
Oh, there's little rubber notches inside there that holds it into place?
See the little notches?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
So now that that's done, we'll go back over to the car and install the coil packs.
And those are coils for cylinders 4 and 5.
4 and 5. Coil on plug. Alright. Now, just grab your new coil. Just stick your new coil pack in. Make sure you press it down enough to where you can feel it go inside of the valve cover gasket, and also enough so you know it hits the top of the valve cover.
Where at?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right
Top
there.
of the valve cover.
Okay.
And make sure it goes all the way in. If it don't, you don't have it properly installed. So 9 times out of 10, when you bolt it, you're gonna break it or crack the sides. Just take your bolt, hand tighten it. That's the way you know it's not being cross-threaded. Do the same
okay.
here.
You started by hand.
Yeah.
And okay, Antoine's gonna tighten those bolts up, and when we come back, we're gonna put the plenum or upper intake back on this vehicle. Be right back. Okay, Antoine got the.
All right, y'all, we back again. What I'm gonna do, I had wiped this down earlier, but you know, dust and all falls down. So what you wanna do, get your dry rag, make sure you clean it off good. You don't want no old residue on it. If you have old residue, the new gases can't sit down and properly seal the way they should. So, now that that's done, you put your intake on. You can have 2 people to do it. That's the way you know you don't bust or seal. Or if you've been doing it a while and you're careful, you can do it yourself.
Need some help with that?
Man, I just let you hold the camera. Now, making sure all vacuums, lines, hoses, and everything is out of the way. Remember, you don't want to bust the seal. So.
Oh, you're going crooked, man. Oh, that bolt right there. Let me get. I get the magnet. There you go.
All right. Appreciate you.
Oh, that one right there. Matter of fact, I saw the other one over here. Must have came out.
All right. Now that it's down, what you want to do is get your tool. Everything that you do, you make sure you always hand tighten first. Being that the front is going up, I'm gonna start with this middle.
So you want to tighten that down before you hook up anything, lines and all. You want to make sure the intake is down tight and sealed up. Then you go around, you're going to hook up all the accessory lines and the accelerated cable and all that.
And remember, you always go in a staggered order. If you just do it one way, you'll wind up breaking something. So whatever you do, you make sure you go back to the middle.
Rule of thumb, whenever you're putting down anything big, when you tighten it down, you tighten it up from the center and work your way out. So remember that. All right, Antoine pretty much got that going on right there. What I'm gonna do while he's doing that, I'm gonna start over here by the EGR control solenoid, and I'm gonna hook up the vacuum lines, the electrical connector, and I'm gonna get the bolts and tighten up the EGR valve. I'm gonna work my way around and start hooking it up. And Antoine's over there tightening those up. Hey, where's the bolts for the EGR valve?
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is not metal, it's not aluminum, it's plastic.
That's a good point, man. Yeah, because people try to over tighten that thing or lean up against it and break it.
You just basically take one hand, put it on top, and just turn until it's tightened.
Okay. Still, you didn't ask me a question. What the bolts to the EGR valve? Man, you could ignoring me. What the heck, man? What the bolts? Don't be looking up there. See? what the bolts? What the bolts, man?
This is how Timmy works. He knows the bolts are not in my pocket, really. But
oh, you got the bolts in your pocket?
no,
Antoine, you got the bolts in your pocket.
I wouldn't dare do such a thing like that.
Get the bolts out your pocket, man. See, I guess you're going to be doing it by yourself. I can't even do, you know what? All right, fine. I'm going to be over here. I'm going to connect the TPS sensor, idle air control valve, evap. I got a line up here, up under here. There's another evap line. Okay. You know, I noticed one thing over here. If y'all take a look inside that throttle body, that's a lot of mess inside there. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a rag and wipe that out, because that will affect idling and could cause a stalling out problem when you come to a light. So that throttle body's got to be cleaned. Now wait. Antoine running around trying to find the bolts to the EGR valve. Man, what bolts? What bolts at, man? You know what? This is what you don't do.
You definitely don't give Tim bolts to put somewhere. When I specifically said in the video, place all your bolts back.
But on that one, see, they can go back on the video. They can see you couldn't put those back because the EGR valve went. But the last time we saw you set them up there, man. Oh my goodness, man. You know, get the bolts, man. What you going in there? What you going back there for? There's no bolts in the tailpipe. Man, ain't this something? Antoine lost the lady bolts to the. Look at sitting right up here, right in his face. Look at, right here. Here. Put the bolts in, man.
I didn't put them there. All my bolts go back where I put them at.
All right, Antoine's gonna put that in, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna swing over the accelerator cable and the cruise control cable, hook that up. Hook up the 3 hoses back here. Put these connectors, electrical connectors, back up where they belong, like that. And then we'll be right back. All right, we just jumped it. Car runs pretty fine, but we noticed this thing still has no power. As you saw, we took out that first cat, and this thing has 3 cats. We told the customer, listen, the computer's showing one is bad, but there's a possibility we have others that's bad. So as we started it up, it has no power. So what Antoine did was get up under there and disconnect the pipe for the 3rd cat. And let me see if we can get a good view of this. And it would be nice if we had a light in there. In fact, let me see if I can get closer. See all that in there? That cat's completely melted and broken apart. You see it all there? No, that ain't gonna hold. Yeah, right there. Oh, right there. Yeah, man. Wow, look at that, man. That thing is. Turn it to the left a little bit. Okay, right there. Hold, right there. No, right there. Wow, man. Wow, that's the catalytic converter. If you know what a catalytic converter looks like, it's like a catacomb. That's messed up. Now the problem is we're not sure whether all that messed up is from that cat or the other cat up here in the front. So to be on the safe side, we're just gonna let the customer know you gotta get both cats. Not gonna mess around with this. So we're gonna go get the customer and show them this. And this is just about to turn out to be a really expensive job. So we'll be right back.
As you all know.
Oh, wait a minute, man. Dang it, man. You didn't even give me a chance to start or nothing.
Weird now.
All right, go ahead.
All right, everybody, as you all know, today we did the catalytic converter on this car because it was clogged. We turned around, removed the intake plenum, put spark plugs and coil pack in. Nobody came repair it.
Wait a minute, man. What the heck? You ain't gonna tell her what happened to the cat? We gotta. I mean, the other. You ain't gonna tell her about the clogged cat? I mean,
I just told her.
No, you did, man. You said we gotta come back when the customer gets the other two cats. We're gonna come back, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, we're in the discussion, everybody. If we can't repair it, nobody can.
Hey, what the other cats, man? They gotta know about the cats. They saw the
They
cats.
knew it was clogged. They see the video. If we can't repair it, nobody can.
All right, man. All right. We out.